Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Since Team of the Season dropped on FC26, evolutions just haven't lived up to the prestige of this promo. And like we talked about a few days ago, it almost seems like it's been done intentionally by EA. However, with the latest leak that just dropped, it seems like we're finally going to have ourselves a real Team of the Season evolution. We're talking 3 playstyle pluses and max 90 rated. This one is looking very promising, and it's making a lot of cards move up already on the market because of the leaks. We're going to take a look at that, and of course, the leaks of Premier League Team of the Season. Yesterday, we had the official names of the players. Today, we've got the official stats for all of the cards coming into packs on Friday. The question is, are you going to start saving packs? Or are you happy with what's in packs right now? Also, today on Wednesday, we are looking forward to our last best chance of packing a good Serie A or MLS, rest of Europe, or Eredivisie Team of the Season card, because we're expecting today not only one guaranteed TOTS pack, but maybe guaranteed TOTS player picks as well. Let's discuss, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, of course, we're going to cover yesterday's content first with a cheeky little rush refresh of the weekly objective here in this part of the game. I mean, if you're trying to get every single pack possible for Team of the Season, you got an 86x3 here, an 85-2, an 84-2, and a couple other small packs for playing Rush. I know there's no weekly Rush event that gives like double points or anything in the moment that would help out with that, but at least there are a few packs there if you choose to grind. We had a new Evo yesterday, kind of like the Evos we've been seeing recently, although they are about to change, of course, with this leak we're going to talk about. This is another chain Evo, max 88 overall, left wing or right wing, twice repeatable, Trixie Hobbits. It does not boost the overall of your card, which is very nice, and you know what? It gives a pretty good pace boost, specifically for a card like Ronaldinho. This 88 Winter Wild cards that I'm still at 88 rated for his icon card here, which I think is what his SBC was back in the day. I don't think it was an 87. I digress. It takes him up to 92 pace, 91 dribbling. And that's very good. Like, this is looking like a really good chain Evo for a card like that, or maybe another 88 rated card that you maybe have in your club. This Diamante, if you still have him, goes to 94 pace, 91 dribble. And again, it is repeatable twice. So you find one card, you put it on him, or you find two cards that you want to put it on, works good. Maybe the same card twice to double up the boost. So like that Gio Reyna and the Ronaldinho is who I'm going to be putting in this Evo, because both of those look really, really good, and it keeps them at an 88 rated. So nice little chain Evo yesterday, but of course, nothing crazy. Then we go to SBCs, where honestly, I was super surprised by this Ederson card. Not the goalkeeper, the center mid, but that's the problem. He can't play any other positions than center mid. If this card had CDM as an alternate position, I think a lot more people, and also if the price was cheaper, a lot more people would be interested in doing this, because anticipate bruiser and intercept plus with those stats. This is a crazy looking card, in all honesty. He's almost 9 goal in gang, 90 in every stat except for shooting, but who cares, right? He's got incisive pinged long ball, intercept in the anticipate, he has aerial, technical, got the relentless, and then the bruiser plus. This card looks disgusting, honestly, in a good way. Every roll plus plus in the center mid position. Again, the stats look very, very good. It's just a matter of the price and the fact that he can only play center mid, that I think this SBC is going to be looked over by myself and by a decent number of people. You got 4 90 rated squads required in this. I mean, the price isn't that crazy. If this card was on the market, would he be 330k like his SBC is? I don't know. That's close. Would you compare him to like a McTominay? But he's more defensive, so maybe you wouldn't. We already had the Locatelli, who's more of a CDM through SBCs, and he's a pretty good price as well. I mean, Locatelli was coming in, I think, right around 200,000 or 300,000 coin as well. Let me see. Locatelli right now is 260,000 coins, and he was 65% upvoted. But again, he's got multiple positions. Not that that's the end-all be-all, but I think that matters for a card like this. You see here the SBC is downvoted 87%, but the card itself is thumbs up, 435 thumbs up to 291. So people really like the card, and it's really unique, but they don't want to spend the price, the coins, the fodder to get that one done. But it definitely made me stop and think when I saw this dropped yesterday. I was like, wait a second. That looks like a pretty sick card. I don't know if he fits my team. I don't know if I want to spend that much fodder on him. but it's there. It's also out for 20 days. So if you have time to think about this and you want to craft it over time, you could absolutely go ahead and do that. Maybe the SBCs during Prem Tots don't hit right away. I mean, that would suck, but that could be a card that you do via SBC. Now, the other pack that we had yesterday was our beloved 86 plus times 2 upgrade that came back in replacement of the 85 by 3. This one's super nice because, again, all it requires is gold rares. Get that one done every single day and either open it or save it for Premier League Team of the Season. The other interesting thing to note with SBCs yesterday was the 83 by 14 updated the requirements. I can't remember a time in the past where EA has had an existing SBC where they've updated the requirements on it to be refreshed for what's happening now in this game, right? This was only requiring Team of the Weeks for the past multiple weeks on this game, and the SBC yesterday was changed to allow Team of the Weeks or Team of the Seasons, and this actually sent Team of the Weeks downward in price. They're currently 19,000 coins on the market. They were over 21,000 coins yesterday. Team of the Weeks did drop. They're still in demand. People are still buying these, which is kind of crazy because there's very few SBCs right now that actually just require Team of the Weeks. Most of them require Team of the Week or Team of the Season, and a Team of the Season card is obviously a lot cheaper than a Team of the Week. So once again, as we mentioned yesterday, for any SBC that does allow a Team of the Season card or a Team of the Week, just buy a Team of the Season, or as you can always do, still craft a Team of the Week SBC, and then you don't have to spend any coins. But I wanted to mention that because I know some of you guys still are invested in Team of the Weeks. I'm sure you can still get lazy sales on those cards at around 20,000 coins. I sold the last one that I had on my transfer list at 20K yesterday, and I think you'll still get some sales there, but I don't think they're going to continue to go too much higher because they don't have any more SBCs, it looks like, that are going to be just requiring the Team of the Weeks. Now, the last thing to discuss from yesterday's content is a fantasy upgrade. And you might be like, Nate, we're so far past the fantasy promo. Why are we talking about these cards? Well, because we just had the first fantasy card go to 3 playstyle pluses. That is because Gonzalo Guedes and Real Sociedad won the Copa del Rey last week. And we finally found out what the mystery Copa del Rey or League upgrade, I guess it's not just for the Copa del Rey, it's for the League Cup and the League upgrade. Basically, if you take a look at cards like Joao Cancelo and like all the other fantasy cards, this is the first one that's actually obtained the upgrade. Others have earned it, like PSV have won the league and clinched it. I don't think we have a Bayern fantasy card, but they've won the league and clinched it as well. And Barca, I think this weekend, if they win, I'm not too up to date on the table, but I'm pretty sure they're right there at the cusp. If they win mathematically La Liga, then this card will earn that upgrade. And it's a mystery upgrade. As you see here, as it scrolls down through the additional information, I don't believe we exactly knew what the upgrade was going to be until we just saw it yesterday on Gonzalo Guedes. You can see here it says further boosts follow if the player wins the domestic league title or main domestic cup. So Copa del Rey, main domestic cup for Spain. And of course, you've got Gonzalo Guedes and Sociedad who have won that. So he got a playstyle plus and 2 base playstyles. That means that when Barcelona clinch the league, Cancelo is going to be due that same upgrade, we believe. 2 base playstyles and a playstyle plus. That goes crazy. I mean, he's already got 4, 8, 9 base playstyles. He would go to 11 base playstyles and a playstyle plus if none of his base playstyles were overwritten to a playstyle plus in the upgrade. That would be crazy for this card. Now, the thing is the timing of that. Like I mentioned, PSV, Park Ji-sung's card in PSV, they have clinched the league weeks ago, but he has not gotten the 3rd playstyle plus yet like Gonzalo Guedes did. That's because the season is not over, and in years past, EA have done this as well. They will not actually update those cards in-game with their deserved upgrade until the last game week of that league is played. Even though they've mathematically clinched it, they won't actually update the card until the league is officially over. So that's just something to kind of watch out for with this Cancelo here. There's a lot of people searching up all of the fantasy cards that are in the top of the tables and in the finals or semifinals of these domestic cups right now. So just something to kind of watch out for as we head into the latter part of the season for all these different leagues and the upgrades that still could be out there for a few of those fantasy cards. I mean, that Cancelo, I still can't fathom how that card would look with a potential boost of 2 base playstyles and a playstyle plus. Again, have to wait a bit for it, but that would be very, very good. Now, let's look ahead to all the leaks. What we're really here to discuss today is what's upcoming next with Team of the Season. Because Serie A, it's had its ups, it's had its downs. I think a lot of us now are looking forward to this Friday, which is arguably, maybe not arguably, definitely the most hype week of Team of the Season. The biggest league, the biggest names of Team of the Season. But before we look at those cards, an Evo that is maybe bigger than Team of the Season cards coming into packs themselves because of how Evos went last week. Guys, last week on Friday, we had the Timeless Maestro, and it's a max 90 Evo. We got all excited for this. It boosts your card up to 93, but it keeps you at 2 playstyle pluses. And that was one of the things that we noticed. And then the trend has continued that Evos are a step behind. This tweet yesterday kind of changed that. Finally, a TOTS Evo that gets us genuinely excited for, like I kind of said at the beginning of the video, an Evo that is boosted with the prestige of this promo in mind. TOTS is one of those promos every year that we expect big content. And we've got pretty big SBCs, nice cards and packs, pretty high ratings as well. But we needed Evos to be big as well. And this looks big. It is a max 90 left wing and striker Evo that does give 3 playstyle pluses this Friday, allegedly, in this game. Now, this is the full leak with the requirements. Foot Police said it is a max 90 striker left wing Evo, must not be centered attacking mid and center back, max 91 strength, max 2 playstyle pluses, and 10 regular playstyles. The stat upgrades include stat upgrades. We'll have to see how good they are. Rapid plus, finesse, and then first touch as the 3 playstyle pluses that are given. Now, the way they normally do Evos, that means rapid plus would be given first, and then if you only have 2 playstyle pluses, you would just get the rapid. If you have 1 playstyle plus on your card, you'd get rapid and finesse. And if you're starting with 0, you would get those 3 to fill out the way the upgrade for the card works. That's at least how they've been doing most of the Evos this year. Unless they change it up, rapid plus would be given first. So just kind of think with that in mind as you're planning out these Evos. It also gives incisive, low-driven, game changer, and technical base. And my thing would be a base playstyle right now. Can we go up to 9 base playstyles? Because even in this evolution here, the Timeless Maestro, we were still stuck at 8 base playstyles. We've had some Evos that have allowed us to go to 9, and maybe with going to 3 playstyle pluses, they won't allow that. We'll just have to see. But that's one thing I thought about when seeing those playstyles there. Anyways, that's a big Evo, okay? This is an Evo that genuinely gets us excited because we got a lot of 90 rated cards in the club that we're like, striker and left wing. Can't be Cam, but we got some options for this. For the whole year of Evos that we've done so far, like we're starting to stack up on even some 89s, 90s that we have not been able to Evo for a long time that we're ready to Evo, right? I went straight away after this leak and looked at my club and found some of the players that are going to fit into this, and I was excited to see my Kudus, who already looks cracked. He could get a 3rd playstyle plus from this. Not sure I really want first touch plus for him. This Claudia Pina could go rapid. Not sure I really want to do that. I was really hoping to upgrade this Messi, but of course he's got cam position, so he won't fit into the Evo. But there's plenty of options like this Hazard, and this may be one of the biggest players that comes out of this. I put rapid on Hazard through another evolution that was in rewards, so we've already locked in the rapid base, but he would get rapid plus. Then he would get rapid plus, and then you would be able to add another base playstyle on top of him. Thinking through the upgrades just for this Hazard, right? Think about that. If he gets rapid plus, and if it's early in that Evo boost, then if incisive is next, he might get that incisive. He already has a low driven, already has the game changer in technical, so that might be a help with this Evo for him. If you wanted to give the Hazard incisive, or if you didn't give him rapid like I did, then you would get rapid plus. I guess you would still get incisive then, so that really wouldn't matter. We're getting into the weeds, but that's one of the popular cards that does fit into this Evo. Eden Hazard right there. Also, you look at Footman, you see how many cards are going to fit this. Like, it's wild. Sancho's card. This Sancho, who's still a live item and waiting upgrades, Noah Lang could get rapid. And I think this is really interesting. Some of the cards that already have quick step, there's going to be some 3 playstyle plus combinations here. If the Evo does go in that order, rapid, finesse, and first touch, there's going to be a lot of quick step and rapid plus combinations on cards. We're talking about that Rio and Gamoa. Like, that card would fit the Evo, and he would have 96 pace with quick step, with rapid, with the technical. That would go pretty crazy. This Gibbs White would fit into the Evo. Just kidding, he's got Cam. That's the thing. When you're looking at these cards, you're like, oh, this would be a sick Evo. And then you see they have center attack in mid position, so they won't fit. Butragueño, if you got the little bro Butra, he's going to fit this Evo. He's got rapid and low driven. Oh my goodness, that means he would get finesse. Yo, that might be one of the best cards coming out of the Evo. He already has 95 pace, can go up to some other stat boost in shooting, passing, and dribbling most likely. Hopefully get a 5-star skill move boost and get the finesse. Wow, now that would be a absolutely crazy card. Now, obviously, you see some of these cards moving. Like yesterday, this card was 100K, jumped up all the way to 120. He's about 120,000 coins right now. You're going to want to sell into the hype, especially for the big names, like this Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer is now extinct at 190K because one of the most popular cards from for birthday, right? You can still use the bakery for these cards as well. If she gets a dribbling boost, which you would think she would, as 88 dribbling is a little low for this stage of the game, already being 5'5", and having the ability to customize her through the bakery, or if you already have this Pfeiffer card, just plugging and playing into this new Evo, that's going to be a pretty crazy card as well. So there's not really a whole lot of other leaks that we would be interested in knowing about this. We have the whole bit of news for this Evo. I guess the last thing would be how much is it going to cost? And if it's max 90 and it's 3 playstyle pluses, I would have to imagine that it would come in somewhere around 200,000 coins. Because if they're going to ask for 100,000 coins for a max 90 2 playstyle plus Evo, that 3rd playstyle plus has got to be worth a good bit. Like, yeah, that's what I think. It does, of course, depend on the stat boost as well. And we'll have to see how big of a stat boost there is for this Evo. But all signs are pointing towards this Friday, a big Evo to start off Premier League team of the season. And that is a dub. Let me know in the comments what players you're going to look to Evo through that one right there, and what sort of creations you might be making, or maybe even go to Footbin now and start planning your creation. Kind of look at the card that you've got, maybe even find some other Evos that are out right now that are still available that you could chain together, like I did with Hazard. Put the rapid base on him through one of those reward Evos. Maybe you want to do something like that, or maybe you want to do something different to another card and still keep them 90 rated. There's still plenty of opportunities to do that with the chain Evos that we have out right now and some of the other Evos from the season pass that have not expired yet. Now, let's talk about TOTS Premier League, because in yesterday's video, we looked at the players. Today, we have the players and their stats. And man, there's some surprises, but my goodness, are there some freaking crazy cards in here. Like, how else do you say it? When you look at that, Bruno Fernandes, 97 rated, 4 playstyle plus. I wondered if they were going to do 4 playstyle pluses on 2 cards in this Premier League TOTS team. They're not. It is just Bruno, and he's got finesse, tiki-taka, incisive, and long ball. 95 shooting, dribbling, and 97 passing. 97 rated. That card is going to be crazy expensive. If Modric is 3.1 mil and Messi is 6 million coins, I think this Bruno Fernandes, with those playstyles, with the stats that he has, being 97, he's probably got to be a 5 mil as well, right? He's going to be super expensive. That Erling Haaland looks better, in my opinion, than his team of the year. He's got low driven and finesse with the quick step plus. He's going to have the rapid base, 94 pace, 97 shooting. If you compare that to his team of the year, it's got rapid, low driven, and enforcer. It is a nice little stat upgrade. The thing that I'm really curious about with this Premier League team of the season right away is, as you see here, Haaland's team of the year was 4-star, 4-star. And with a lot of the cards in Serie A TOTS, we felt like the weak foot and skill move upgrades were lacking. There was a lot of 4-4. There was a couple of 5-star weak foots. There was very little 5-star, 5-star. I understand EA wants to save some room for places to go with cards during the summer. Like, they don't want to make all these cards 5-5 right now. I guess I get that, but also at the same time, like, this is TOTS, and we want at least 1 5-star on most of these players, especially when it makes sense for players that actually use that weak foot and use it really well. Gabriel's card, that's a crazy center back, okay? Bruiser, Anticipate, and the Jockey with 90 pace. The problem with Gabriel's cards always in this game is the pace. That's not a problem anymore with that TOTS card. He's going to be, in my opinion, the most expensive defender. He should be more, even though he doesn't have Intercept Plus, I think he should be more than VVD, because I think his card looks way better. Look at the passing and dribbling compared to VVD's. Now, VVD does look good. Intercept, Bruiser, and Slide Tackle, 96 defending, 95 physical, and 88 pace. But I think that Gabriel is going to be crazy. Declan Rice, how can I skip over that card? That looks like the best center mid, center defensive mid in the game. Again, does not have intercept plus, but statistically, and I know stats are not everything, but he's 9 goal and gang with 96 passing and 95 physical. Holy, what a card. Now, getting into the bottom rows where there's still some really good cards down here. You've got Saliba over here on the left with Anticipate, Bruiser, and Intercept. And he might be expensive as well because of those playstyle pluses, only with 88 pace, 95 defending still, and 92 physical. The center backs are looking ridiculous. There's one more from Arsenal right here, Timber, that looks insane as well. I know his playstyles are kind of cut off the screen so you can't see them. He's got the Intercept, whoops, right there, Intercept, Bruiser, and Quick Step. And 92 pace, 92 dribble, 93 defense, and physical. That card looks ridiculous as well. The Arsenal defenders getting a huge boost on their cards. Donnarumma is in as a team of the season. Of course, he has a team of the year as well. Soboslai with power shot, intercept, and pinged. I think he looks absolutely insane still with the power shot. I'm a fan of that. 94 shooting with that power shot plus looks crazy. 96 dribble, 94 pass. Semenyo looks really good with 94 pace, 94 dribble, 93 shooting, 93 physical as well. Quick step, tech, and finesse. Raya, honestly, both goalkeepers in this team do not look good. They both have long ball. He's got cross claimer, and they both have footwork. Like, I'd rather use some of the other goalkeepers that I have in this game ahead of those two. Expect those two to be semi-cheap, especially Raya, and super common in packs. Cherokee looks really, really good. First touch, technical, and finesse. An amazing cam. Hopefully he has pinged and incisive and tiki base, but 96 dribble, 94 pass, and speaking of 5'5", he will be, because his base gold card is 5'5". Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella kind of round out the last of this line here. Cucurella does not look that great, but he looks usable. Same thing with Enzo Fernandez. Good passing and dribbling on him. And then down here for the bottom, we've already looked at Timber. Joao Pedro is usable. He's got incisive, low driven, and rapid. Igor Thiago has power shot, low driven, and press proven with 95 physical. Bruno Guimaraes has inventive plus, bruiser, and tiki-taka, but still looks decent. Xhaka looks usable with the bruiser, the incisive, the long ball. Reece James, usable still. Ekitike looks decent too for a breakthrough purple TOTS card. Lewis Hall and Garner are probably going to be the most packable out of this team. It's kind of interesting to note 290 rateds, 291s, a handful of 92s, and then there's a lot of 93s and 94s. So just with the ratings of this team, maybe a little bit higher than some of the other TOTS squads, like especially Serie A and the MLS that we have out right now. There's a lot of 91s and 92s. There's less of that in this team. I do think Premier League TOTS will be a bit more expensive because it's the Premier League, because of the stats that some of these players have. I feel like the stats on these cards, some of them are okay, but there's more of them that are like wowing stats, like the Gabriel, the Rice, the Haaland, the Saliba, the Timber, the Semenyo. Like a lot of these cards you just look at and you're like, wow, that is going to be legit. So the question I have for you guys is, are you going to start saving your packs now, or are you going to still open them? I think from where I'm looking at things, those Premier League TOTS cards are interesting to me now more than the Serie A that is in packs, even though there's the Messi and Modric. I think I'm going to save the rest of the 84 plus packs that I can get from SBCs and from rewards and stuff like that in the next couple of days, objectives as well, because those cards just look crazy. Now, last thing about Premier League specifically for this TOTS, there was a tweet yesterday where FIFA Trading Romania quote tweeted a tweet about Harry Wilson and gave a little check mark to it with a book emoji. So I don't know if this is an objective or if it's an SBC or something is coming up with Harry Wilson, but there's a reason behind that tweet there. And you could say deserve for sure. Maybe for like a moment's SBC for him. Not entirely sure. But, you know, Harry Wilson, I guess think about that. If you're a Fulham fan, you're probably pretty happy if he would get a card. He might be based on that tweet right there. Now, let's look at the Women's Super League and the EFL combined TOTS as well. There's some crazy cards in the Women's Super League. We got Bunny Shaw back in Team of the Season with 4 playstyle pluses. I packed her TOTS card last year, and she did not leave my team for weeks. Her card was insane. Low-driven power shot, finesse, and enforcer with 97 shooting. Mariona looks very solid. Kasparaj, totally butchered the name. You guys told me how to say it in the stream yesterday, and I completely forgot. But Bruiser, Anticipate, and Quick Step with 96 defending. That's a very good card. Letitia, center back, quick step, anticipate, and intercept looks good. Thompson, Hasegawa looks good. Park looks good. Midema looks solid as well. McCabe looks very usable. I mean, not the craziest of cards here for the Women's Super League, but there's definitely a handful that do look very good and will be probably a bit more packable here on the low tier for those cards, as there's multiple 91 and 90 rated cards there, some 92s. This Hannah Hampton's probably going to be pretty annoying in terms of the pack weight, but again, it's those 90 and 91 rated TOTS cards that help you get SBCs done easier. This is the EFL combined team of the season, including, of course, EFL Championship, EFL League 1, and League 2. You've got Hackney, this Leo Cienza card, the Brazilian from Southampton. Rapid, incisive, and finesse, 95 pace, 94 dribble. That card looks very good. I'd also say that this left back, Reach, looks pretty good as well. Quick step, intercept, and whipped with 94 pace, 92 physical, 91 dribble, and then again, 90 defending and passing is pretty good. Haji Wright's a card that I would love to use as somebody from the US of A. And then even this O'Shea card, the Irishman with the pinged bruiser and the intercept. Little low on the stats, but like, not bad at all. So that is the EFL team right there. But again, looking over everything, Premier League just looks saucy. It just looks so good. And again, are you saving packs or not? That's the question that I keep coming back to and I keep thinking about, because it almost seems like you'd want to right now in this game, because it also builds the hype. I know some people are like, saving packs at this stage of the game. When it's a couple of days and it's because you're excited about what is upcoming, and that just makes the Friday night even more fun, or the Saturday, whenever you open your packs and get on, it just makes it more fun when you have a couple of packs. Even if you don't expect to pack anything good, there's just a little bit of hope there with what is out. And you're like, man, if I do get lucky and hit one of these cards, I'd want to get lucky with what is coming out on Friday night with the Supreme TOTS. So to each their own, but let me know in the comments if you're going to save packs or not. I am fully saving. I'm going to open my 83 14s just to be able to do, I'm still finishing off the Marco Reus, which I'm regretting just slightly. I know some people have said he's very mid. Other people are like he's insane. But I'm going to finish off this SBC, get him done, make sure I still do my daily upgrade packs, but I'll definitely be saving the 86 times 2s. As I said, I'll open the 83 14s, but I'll save the 86 times 2s, and then probably a lot of the objective packs that I can get, I'll be saving as well. The 84 6 Serie A, there's no point in saving that one. Definitely still do that. The Max 94 Week 1 TOTS upgrade, I'm still chasing Weston McKennie, so I'm going to open that one as well. But all the objective packs that are 84 plus, 85 plus packs from Rivals and stuff, I will be saving. Now, packs that I won't save, and some of the reasons why I'm opening those 83 times 14 still is because of today's content on Wednesday. Today is going to be one of the staple days of Team of the Season going forward every single week, because it was confirmed yesterday that today is going to be Team of the Season guaranteed SBC day, not just the main league. So Serie A being the main league, not just a pack for that, but also FIFA Trading Romania here said alongside a player pick from the entire active TOTS pool. So that's talking about, I guess, Serie A, MLS, rest of the world, and Eredivisie all inside of one Team of the Season player pick. Hey, you know what? The more options, the better. 1 of 4, 1 of 5, 1 of 10. Who says no? I'm going to guess it's a 1 of 3 or 1 of 4. But that's 2 SBCs that we have to look forward to today. So save your 83s, your 84s. Probably stack a TOTS card or 2. If you do not have a TOTS card in the club or a TOTS breakthrough, I would highly recommend at least buying 1 or 2 of them, because I would imagine that either of those SBCs would require a TOTS. One thing to always note, TOTS breakthroughs are cheaper than Team of the Season regular. Like the purple cards, cheaper than the blues, and they still satisfy the SBC requirement. So go pick up one of these for 11,000 if you don't have any in your club, and get ready for a guaranteed TOTS pack today that would probably require a Team of the Season. And also, if you want to pick up some fodder, 85s, they're up a little bit, right? 86s, they're up a little bit. Those cards were 850 to 900 last night and during the weekend. Every late night, early morning, like around the time this video goes out. But I still think you could buy these 85s at 1.2K, 1.1K. They might go up to 1.7 to 2,000 coins, because you're going to have more demand for this SBC, the 2 SBCs that are going to come out today as guaranteed TOTS packs and player picks. So anything from 85 to 88 rated might be good. The rating for this TOTS pack might be annoyingly high today because fodder is so cheap. But again, if you put in a TOTS card and you have to do an 87 or an 88 rated squad, if it's that expensive or that high rated, I guess you could say, a TOTS card is going to help you out with the rating a lot. So maybe even try to get a 92 92, or maybe if you want to go this far, get a 93 rated TOTS card for like 12,000 coins on bid. I bet you could get a Nowak or a Fair, maybe even a Berhalter for 13,000 coins on bid at the most, and that would help you out with a rating for either of those TOTS guaranteed packs today. And here's another thing that happens with the TOTS guaranteed packs. This is a very historically proven market trend that people who open the guarantee packs will view it as their last chance to get a TOTS card that is one of the more expensive and the higher rated versions that they're really chasing after. And what we often see on these days after the guaranteed TOTS packs is the top tier, most meta players that people are trying to pack and probably are unsuccessful in doing so from these team of the season teams end up rising because people are like, oh, didn't pack them. Now I'm going to go spend my coins and buy them off of the market. So maybe a player like McTominay today, Nico Paz, the Modric, the Lautaro Martinez, maybe the Jacobo Ramon. Like, I know he's 94 rated, which isn't that high, but a lot of people seem to be loving this card. Just keep an eye on these today. I wouldn't say there's going to be a huge market rise just because of the state of the game. And we do have rivals rewards tomorrow. But I do think there's a chance that a couple of these could move up a little in price. So that's just something to kind of put, in the back of the mind for, again, the more expensive, the rare, higher tier cards in this team. That's the movement that you would see there. Maybe a little bit in the MLS, you'd see a card like Bawanga move up some. Maybe you'd see a card in the Eredivisie like Veerman move up a little bit. Right, maybe Sano a little bit as higher rated cards that are going to be tougher to hit, maybe Mauro Jr. too, but mostly for the Serie A. And this is probably going to be a better and more proven market trend and probably more profitable thing to look at on the market next week with Premier League, because again, how much hype is there for Serie A? Doesn't seem like there's a crazy amount, especially with what's upcoming with the Premier League. So that's just one way that I would say be watching the market today. Definitely not guaranteed profit or anything like that, but just something to consider with those cards. Now, speaking of profits a little bit before we look at the rest of the content coming today on Wednesday, guys, get out there and get on bids. Look at this Erling Haaland. I know we're getting a new team of the season, Erling Haaland. He sells for 1.25 to 1.3 mil every day in the past couple of days. He went here on bid for 1.1. This Salma Paralluelo goes to like 1.3 mil almost every single day. She's 1.2 right now. I'm going to try to catch this one on bid for 1.1. Like, the bids are really crazy because for some reason, I guess it's pretty known, right? There's not a lot of people that want to grind the market right now. And if you spend that little bit of extra time just getting on bids for out-of-pack specials, I like Trophy Titans a lot. These cards are perfect to trade with right now because they're pretty rare, but they have 3 play stop pluses and people want to use them. You find these cards on low prices, low deals. Like this Rooney, 753 is actually pretty low for him because yesterday he reached prices of 840K a lot. And actually, if that's on the market, like, I would go buy it. But I'm also at the moment bidding on the Salma Paralluelo, which I'll pay up to 1.15 for. That is what you can do right now. Now, still, I'm being a little skeptical of the market. I'm being careful before we get into the Premier League team of the season. I still think there's opportunities to trade, though. Trophy Titans, Rooney, those cards got sniped. He's gone. So he's not actually 753K. But what I will do is I will add one to my targets so that I know in the future, if I see him at 750, that's a good price, at least for the way the market is right now. Let me drop a bid. 1.157. We're going to drop that. We're going to dip. That's my final price. We got to keep the video moving, all right? Last thing that we'd be expecting for today's content on Wednesday is nothing super crazy, right? Actually, there is one more thing on top of this. A new campaign player pick. We get one of these every single Wednesday. I've not been doing these for the past number of weeks, maybe even months now it's been. Probably won't change today, but that's kind of one thing to watch out for that could be new today. And the last thing is, you know what? GG's to EA for the player SBCs during Serie A MLS week. I know it's been heavy on the MLS for the hype names like Heung-min Son, Marco Reus, and now Thomas Muller, but GG's to the player selection here. They have picked some of the biggest players that did not get team of the season cards, arguably some of the biggest players in the MLS in general, and they're giving them SBCs. I rate it, and this is not official stats for Thomas Muller, but he should be either today or tomorrow because he's MLS. So his SBC kind of has to happen during MLS TOTS. So watch out for official stats on that. But that could be an SBC that we do get today or tomorrow as well for one of the last parts of MLS team of the season. Last thing to mention for today is try to buckle up, button up, if you will, any of the things that are going to expire before the season pass tomorrow. If you're trying to play the World Tour Silver Superstars League or get your last 6 games in this Season 6 Triple Threat League, which is great for EVOs. Also, don't forget to play the live event, the 3 games per day in the Get Rich Quick League. If you want to get that done, like I'm playing that because there's some really solid packs in there and some coin boosts. The Serie A TOTS Exhibition is the one that actually has really solid packs. So that's the one I'm going to be focusing on today. And then, of course, there is the ever sweaty and competitive division rivals. And since we're heading into a new season tomorrow, we're going to get set back division. So if you want to try to level up, like I'm going to really try to finish in Division 2 to get rewards tomorrow, that will help me get better rewards before we all get relegated down at least 1 division, maybe 2, but my guess would be 1 during the next season, which will happen, of course, tomorrow. So that's one thing you can kind of do to get a little bit better rewards for Premier League Team of the Season if you are going to save those packs. Bummer, we did not win the Salma P, but that was a decent price. I'll get the next one that comes along on bid, but get on the bids, guys, because there is very, very good coins to be made in that part of the... Ooh, 753. Give me that. Bang, let's go. All right, we got 1 buy on the video. Okay, Rooney, 830,000 coin sale loading. There we go. All right, we're still making some coins out here. Making coins so we can spend more coins on the store packs for when Premier League Team of the Season does drop. I'm going to list this Hazard up at just over 1 million coins. Bought him for 876. That is a freaking deal, man. But Hazard's got an Evo incoming, so I don't want to list him super, super high and try to get the peak sale because he's got a new card that a lot of people are going to be excited about for Evo. So if we can make that profit there, we'll be very happy. And I'm going to list this Rooney for 800 and... let's go 837. List on the 7s for the boys. Make a little bit of profit there. So, hey, those are good profits that we'll hopefully wake up to tomorrow. And I will catch you guys in a stream today as well. Hitting the links this morning. Coming back for some guaranteed TOTS packs. Making some coins. And maybe learning a little bit more about Premier League TOTS SBC players through the leaks. That's probably the next big thing that we don't know yet that we're going to keep our eyes peeled for. So another long video in the books, but I love you guys, man. Thank you for watching the vids. I will see you in a stream today. Have a great Wednesday. Good luck on your TOTS packs. And let me go down below in the comments again if you're saving or if you're still ripping. Peace out, guys. I will see you in the video today. Peace out.